What's going on, YouTube? Thanks for tuning into the channel. It's your boy Devin Coates coming to you here with a video. 3 tips on how to be more socially intelligent. Why is social intelligence even important? So before I start, if you haven't already downloaded the Get Right Starter Kit, click on the link below in the description. This is going to show you how to create a lifestyle of your own design, how to get started on that, how to create routines in the morning and night in order to facilitate success, and also how do you take your game to the next level. And this is really just a great way to get started on getting your life right today. But right now I want to jump into the 3 tips on how to be more socially intelligent and why is social intelligence even important. So number 1, everything that we want in life is going to come from other people, and most likely strangers, and I mean whatever. So your money, it's either going to come in the form of working a job with an employer where you're probably going to have to deal with other people in the form of co-workers, clients. And what I do, I deal directly with customers. I'm in sales, so social intelligence is very important in terms of my pay, and then also the inner politics of wherever you work. But we're talking about money. If you want food, you still have to go to the grocery store and be able to communicate to get your food. I know that's a very simple way that most of us have mastered at this point, but that's another way. And then if you think about sex, obviously, if you want, whether you're a guy or a girl, if you do want to get whatever you want out of an intimate relationship, whether it's sex or a long-term relationship, a short-term relationship, a friendship, there is a level of finesse and social mastery that needs to be included. So your life actually depends on it, from every realm: money, food, sex, everything, shelter, anything you need. Your social intelligence will be something that is a prerequisite in order to attain mastery, but just survive in life. So number 1, put more weight into actions than words. Often people like to, and myself included, everybody included, we like to present an image that is a lot better, a lot more socially acceptable than who we really are inside. So a lot of times people will say things that they might not even realize that they're lying about, but their actions are doing something completely different. So a great example of this could be, somebody that you keep asking them to do things, and it's like, yeah, let's partner up, let's do this business venture, or let's go to this place and hang out, or I do want to have a long-term relationship and hang out with you more, but their actions never seem to match up with that. Every time you talk to them, the image that they're presenting is that they're all on board, they're committed, they're going to do it. But when it comes time for the action, for them to actually show up and complete that project, for them to actually meet you at that place, for them to actually spend more time with you, that action is not ever happening. So their words aren't matching up with their actions, but their action is who they actually are, and what is actually going to result. So a lot of people will get frustrated with people like this because they're believing their words and then they're disappointed by their actions. But Ralph Waldo Emerson has a great quote on this, that what you do speaks so loudly I can't hear what you say. So I think that's a great tip and a great thing to internalize, that pay a lot more attention to people's actions than the words they say. And in terms of words, pay more attention to the things that they say that are kind of offhand comments, or emotionally spark comments, little things that just kind of came out, and they can't really explain why. They didn't really seem like it was like a more kind of idiosyncratic type of response. Those words generally mean a lot more than the things that could be premeditated or rationally formulated thoughts. You want to kind of see who is that person at the core. But I digress on that one. So number 2, think outside yourself. Don't take anything personally and be unattached. Now, in the moment, obviously you want to be in the moment and you want to naturally have whatever moment you're having. But say you're in a discussion with somebody, and let's say it's even a coworker of yours. You're in a conversation, and you're just having the conversation, but you're taking some notes to what they're saying, and then you realize every time that you bring up one of your dreams, they kind of throw a negative comment out there. Now you can get upset and argue with them, or you can kind of just keep going with the conversation. Okay, I'll just put a little note, got a little negative. They say something, you're kind of empathetic, you say something else. Once again, it's like they're shooting you down, and it's like, okay, I'm going to take a note of that. I'm not going to take it personally. I'm not going to let my mind get all clouded by this. I'm going to keep moving. And you kind of pay attention, and you see them talking to somebody else, and they're kind of throwing a jab there and a jab there. When you go back and assess that person, so when you're assessing Joe and you're thinking, it's like, it seems like Joe keeps, always is saying these negative things. Maybe now you can start to formulate, maybe he's like a very paranoid person. It seems like he's very skeptical. And then you see kind of other things in his life, you hear other stories, or you observe him and the way he acts. He never leaves anything out on his desk. It's like, okay, what's really driving that? And to be unattached. Or it could be something else. He's not doing it to anybody else, he keeps doing it to me. And then all of a sudden, it seems like certain things are being sabotaged on my work. And I did see him touching my paper. I didn't get mad, I didn't flip out, but you took those notes. So to observe people and kind of think outside yourself, because most people, what they'll do is they'll be so absorbed of what they're thinking, they actually took no notes, no notices of how the other person is reacting, and everything that they're seeing is so clouded by how they felt in the moment, that if they felt bad, things were going bad. If they felt good and were laughing, they felt good. And that's a way where you can feel like you're a bit maybe even get taken advantage by somebody, is when you can't see the other person's motivations. And the only way to really see the other person's motivations is to think outside yourself and think within themselves. And everybody has that time when they feel like they've been taken over in some capacity, and a lot of the times it's because they were thinking so personally about themselves and not really observing the other person in an objective view, and in their times of reflection, kind of piecing together their true motivations. So that's something really important. Don't take anything personal, be unattached, and think outside yourself within the other person. The last and third tip that I'll give is that you don't want to stick to your first impressions of people. You want to be creating an up-to-date report, if you will, a mental report of who these people are. So a lot of the times, and it's called in communication, I studied that, the halo effect. That if somebody does something good in the beginning, you have a tendency to kind of overcompensate and assume that that same pattern will be happening in the future. But there are times when somebody might give a great first impression, and they were doing that as kind of a game to kind of get the heat off their back. So they did something great, but you see that now they're kind of slacking off on those. They're actually kind of doing other things, and it kind of all is combined. You're paying attention to their actions. You're not really paying attention to the first impression that they threw over at you. You're being unattached and thinking, why would he act this way in the beginning, and then things will change? Or why did she do this first and say that, and then she did this complete opposite thing later? And it's like, you don't want to get settled and firm on, this is who that is, this is who they are. Have a kind of a malleable and bendable and flowable type of vision on people that can be changed when you get new information, that you're going to keep stacking more information. You're never going to just say it's this way. And that's something that's actually important in many other things, but I'm going to keep it very tied to social intelligence. But that's it for those are the 3 tips. So the first one is to put more weight into actions than words. The second tip is to not take things personally, think outside yourself, and be unattached, and think as the other person and their true motivations. And number 3 is never stick to your first impression of somebody as the end all be all. Keep an up-to-date report on who these people are. Hope that helps. I know everybody's had that moment where they feel either taken advantage of, and almost everything you want in life is going to be determined in some part by your ability to interact socially. But before I let you go, if you have not downloaded the Get Right Starter Kit, click the link below. It's going to send you there. This is going to really show you what I'm all about in terms of the Millennial Mastery Network and creating a lifestyle of design, creating routines in that discipline in the morning and night in order to kind of facilitate success. And then how do you take your game to that next level? That's all going to be in there below. It's completely free. This will link you up to my email list. That is the exclusive group where you get all of the new updates and the best offerings that I have. But thanks a lot for tuning into the channel. I appreciate any and all the attention you guys give me. Like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like the video, dislike. I like any feedback I can get. And until next time, it's your boy Devin Coates. Peace out.